Hello, everybody, and welcome to North 100 Showdown at Canadian Highlander. Throw down. My name is Wheeler. Joining me this week, we have a Nelson.
Hey, I'm here too.
And we got a Ben on tech.
Down.
Speaking of down below, you can check the description box to find the deck list we're playing, information on the format, or a link to our Patreon over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Because of all of you, we're able to do all of this. So give us money.
We couldn't do it without you, but we can do it with you.
Yeah. So give us money.
Please.
Please.
Oh, yeah, please.
Sorry.
Please. Sorry. Little forward there, bud. Sorry. Terribly sorry. What you bringing?
I brought Mono Black Aggro. Mm-hmm. It's a deck that I feel a strong kinship with. My roommate from like 12 years ago and I kind of brewed this together to attack a field of combo decks and hard control. What did you bring?
I have brought Naya counters. The counters archetype has always kind of been bubbling under the surface, gotten a lot better over the pandemic. And it's the only thing that has gotten better over the pandemic. And there's a bunch of different ways to build this. You could build Jund, 4-color. I think the version that has won the most YJ events, either in the past, this year or the past year, they're like 4-color monstrosities that might be pilot over, deck structure.
Sure.
But that just shows you can do a lot because there's more than just scavenging ooze out there.
Right. Yeah, of course.
My points are Soul Ring, Mox Emerald, and Mox Pearl.
Great.
What do you got?
I've got Mox Jet and Black Lotus.
I see. Do you have them in your hand?
Not currently, no, so my win rate suddenly just plummets. Also, like I said earlier, I prefer to play against combo decks and hard control decks, so mid-range creatures. We'll see.
My creatures are hopefully going to get pretty big. That's it.
Maybe I can just look to pick apart the interactions and synergy between your team and sneak in some damage here and there.
That is something I'm a little worried about, is that I worry that I added too many cards that say, hey, if you're adding counters, do more stuff, and not enough cards that are just, adding counters. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I like that there's so much room for flexibility in this archetype, and I've been keeping a close eye on the different lists, as you mentioned, so it's exciting.
Great. Well, I won the die roll.
You did.
People are going to start getting sus.
Look, I rolled a 10. We could bring in like coins and start flipping coins.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Should we establish a North 100 Showdown chess grid where it's just like in per match? It's like we just have to keep taking turns.
No, I like rolling the dice. I'm going to start off with the Stomping Ground.
Oh, at least I'm already winning.
Going to 18. And I'm going to cast Pelt Collector.
Oh, that's a good one.
Go ahead.
Okay. I've got a Snow-Covered Swamp. Mm-hmm. And a Duress. Show me.
Ooh. I've got Battlefield Forge.
I'll take that
a Windswept Heath. A Walking Ballista. Nissa, Voice of Zendikar.
I think that's Voice of Zendikar.
And Swords to Plowshares.
Okay. Let me get your Planeswalker.
Okay.
Back to you.
Good call.
Thanks.
Untap. Draw. I'm going to play a Battlefield Forge.
Yep.
I'm going to hit you for 1.
I lose 1 life.
I'm going to play a Walking Ballista on 1.
Very good.
And I'm going to pass.
I've got another Snow-Covered Swamp. Mm-hmm. I'd like to cast Feed the Swarm, targeting Walking Ballista.
I'm going to shoot you for 1.
I lose 1 life. Back to you.
Untap. Draw. This kind of ties into what I said at the beginning of the episode. I'm going to play a Windswept Heath, and then I'm going to cast Hardened Scales.
Okay.
For 1. Go ahead.
This is fine. Everything about this matchup is all totally fine, and everything's good. I'll sacrifice some Marsh Flats, go 16. Is this all right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll find a land. Somewhere. There we go.
This is fine.
I'll shuffle. Mm-hmm. After I cast this Liliana, the Last Hope.
Oh, it's not fine.
Shrink your Pelt Collector.
Ooh.
Sorry, little Elf Ranger buddy.
Fine.
Back to you.
I'm going to fetch down to 17. gonna grab a Temple Garden in play tapped.
Oh. Do we have a achievement unlocked banner yet where we're both shuffling at the same time?
Occasionally,
I feel like the fans love that one.
the free space on the achievement, like grid
Right, the
is-
bingo, yeah.
Yeah,
free
the
space.
bingo is Wheeler wins the die roll.
Okay, I thought it was going to be both players are shuffling.
Oh.
Fair enough. I've won a die roll in our matches before, just not on camera yet. It's happened.
That's not how I remember it.
Believe it or not, I've actually won a match against Ben Wheeler before.
Draw.
I know it sounds far-fetched.
What a prismatic ending, your Lily. I gotta take one. To do
Exile?
it. Yeah.
Great.
Go ahead.
Thinking. Yeah.
I don't like your mono black control deck.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I drew 3 different cards that can affect your permanents. Turns out those kind of cards are pretty good. I'll cast this Rotting Regisaur. It's like, go.
Soul Ring.
Great. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Powerful
I
card.
love my counters deck. I got.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
hey, no.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
It's going to be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Everything's going to be fine. I'm discarding a swamp in my upkeep
Sure.
and then drawing a card.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I'll attack you for 7.
I'll take 7.
Great.
I go to 9.
I have a Nighthawk Scavenger. And then I'll say go.
Untap. Draw.
You had another version of Hardened Scales. It's not a creature.
Absence
Oh, I
Pilgrim.
see. Okay, fair
Oh,
enough.
go.
Okay, untap. Discard Blood-Soaked Champion. Draw.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I don't know. Artifact, creature, planeswalker, land,
Yeah.
sorcery, 5/6.
Yeah. I'm gonna swords.
Sure, we know about that.
Do you mind if I not tap like a donkey for
Sure.
the save
Yeah,
absence
whatever.
program?
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't care.
All right. Pretend I wasn't losing my mind
keep-
for my deck.
Give you that life point for free.
So you gain 5.
Great.
Or you gain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The instant doesn't count.
No, but it's +1, right?
Oh, might be.
So 1, 2,
but it
3,
counts.
4, 5.
Oh, right. It's just 1 plus power. So 6. Okay, 6.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
And then I'm going to.
I think it's my first time casting this, actually. Yeah,
I'm gonna go to blocks. I'm gonna block with the Pilgrim.
you got it. I want to draw a card with Silent Clear.
Sure.
And then I'll return Blood-Soaked Champion. Thinking. Go.
Okay. Well,
Yeah?
it's not bad.
Okay.
4th Aerolingus for 4.
Okay.
I make 4 of these. We don't have enough tokens,
That's fine. Yeah.
but I have enough to represent tapped and
Sure.
untapped.
Perfect.
I am going to attack you with 1
Sure.
exalted, so you take 3.
3. And then you'll get the Monarch.
Yeah. Sorry, I got 3 untapped, 1 tapped. I got the Monarch too.
Monarch. Okay, great.
And then I'm going to pass the turn and draw for Monarch.
Okay. Untapping. Yeah, I'm going to cast this one. I'll discard a swamp. Draw. Then Castle Lochthwain.
Using a dice to represent how many of these I have helps me as the counters player feel like I have something with counters on it.
Yeah, you forgot to get an extra 2/2 token because of your Hardened Scales. I want to Blood Chief's Thirst one of the Human Knights.
Sure.
And then attack for 9.
I'm going to... Oh boy. I'm going to double, or I'm going to block.
Sure.
Killing off the
Got it.
Bloodsoaked Champion.
I'll bring this back.
Sure.
And say go.
It sucks that now, I mean, I couldn't represent a trade for this, and obviously trading with this is not great, but I think...
Keep the Monarch this way.
Yeah.
I like your block. Or wait, sorry, shouldn't you have one more? You made 4, right? Didn't you just block 1 on each?
1 on each, you blood...
Oh, I Bloodthirst the
Yeah.
third one. That's right. Sorry. Right.
Okay, I got good
Everything's
news.
fine. Oh no. I like the part of this game where you were losing and it was funny.
Biophagus.
Biophagus. Excellent.
It doesn't have counters, but it makes things have counters.
Yeah. Next time you cast a creature spell, after this turn.
And I'm going to play a Wooded Foothills.
Okay.
I'm going to immediately fetch.
Sure.
Stupid deck. I'm going to get a Savannah.
Okay. Are you thinning right now?
Don't talk to me.
He's thinning.
It's not thinning. I mean, it kind of is.
Deck's going on a diet.
My 8, it doesn't. It's shut up. Everybody, shut up. Draw for Monarch.
Great. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Untapping. Discard Grief. Draw. Thinking. Yeah. Swing for 9.
I'm going to tap 3.
Yep.
I'm going to cycle Jetmir's Garden.
Okay.
I'm going to block the Rotting Regisaur with the Ignoble. I'm going to block the Blood-Soaked Champion with my 1/3.
That's fine. I'll bring back Bloodsoaked Champion.
Sure.
I play the Swamp. Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. Like Inspiring Vantage tap.
Okay.
I'm going to
Worried I'm using up all my good luck on this.
1 and 1 to play Luminarch Aspirant.
Okay.
So it comes in with 2 counters.
Yeah.
And then, because of Hardened Skills, I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to put 2 counters on it,
Great.
up to 4, and then I'm going to pass and draw for Monarch. Definitely did draw another land.
I'll attack with both.
I'll block the Blood Soaked, and I'll
Sure.
chump the Reggie.
I'm going to play a Swamp,
Yeah.
and then activate this thing.
Going castle.
It's 1 life. Okay, that's fine. I'll bring this back.
Sure.
Take it.
Untap. Draw. Gonna play a Horizon Canopy.
Okay.
I'm gonna crack it.
There you go. That's 2 lands with the rebuys you've hit.
Yep. Combat.
Yeah.
Put 2 counters on my Luminarch Aspirant.
Great.
Second main. Second main. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cast Night of Autumn.
Great.
Comes into play with 3 counters. Comes into play with 2 counters from this. And then there's a triggered ability to put on 2 counters. So
it'll
it
be
goes
3.
up to 3.
So 5 counters
So
total,
5
right?
counters total.
So it's so this is a 7/7 and this is 7/6.
7/6, yeah.
Great.
Go ahead, draw for Monarch.
Okay, upkeep trigger on the stack. I'm thinking. I got a real tough decision to make here. I think I'll go for it. I'll draw with this trigger on the stack. We'll lose 2 life. Draw for draw, or sorry, discard Dread Wanderer.
Yep.
Draw for draw step.
Yep.
Attack for 7.
I'll block with my China Bottom.
You got it. Jadar.
Yeah.
Go to end step, make a decayed zombie. Go.
Yep. Untap. Draw. Ooh. That's a good one. Tap. Go to combat.
Sure.
This goes up to 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you for 9.
I'll block with the wizard.
Sure. Tap 4. I'm gonna play Undermountain Adventurer.
Sure.
I take the initiative.
Great.
I'm going to find a basic and put it into my hand once I grab both the initiative and the Undercity. Grab this forest. I'm going to play it as my land for the turn. And then I'm going to pass the turn and draw off the Monarch.
Okay. That's fine.
Go ahead.
Untap. Children.
Yep.
You can forge into 3 counters. Yeah, I'll just play this Mutavault.
Yep.
And comes in tapped. Yeah, I'll say go.
Upkeep. Go to the Forge. Put 2 counters on my Undermountain Adventure, which end up being 3.
Sure.
Draw for turn. Lose 2 life from Shieldred. One, two, three, four. I'm going to cast a Johnny Sleeper Agent.
Great.
So it comes into play with 4 loyalty. I'm going to be using its -3 to distribute 3 1/1 counters among up to 3 target creatures. So I'm going to choose all, and they all gain vigilance until end of turn. So I'm going to choose all of them. So
Okay.
Undermountain goes up to 5 counters. The Luminarch gets an additional 2, and the Biophagus gets 2.
Sounds good.
And then I'm going to go to combat. Luminarch Aspirant is going to put 2 on the Biophagus.
Sure.
So I am going to go to combat.
Go for it.
Everybody.
Everybody get in the boat. Can I just read this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make this a creature. Mm-hmm. I'll block Luminarch Aspirant.
Sure.
Okay.
Take 4, 5, plus 8. Take 13.
13.
Go to 3.
Yep.
I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay, untap.
Draw for Monarch.
All right,
I
lose 2.
lose 2.
And then I'll draw and gain 2. Walk Thwain. Mm-hmm. So I'll draw a card and gain 2 life, but then lose life equal to the number of cards in my hand.
So you lose 2, but you gain 2.
Yeah, exactly. Inquisition of Kozilek, yeah.
I've got a Dusk Legion Duelist in 3 lands.
I'll take the Duelist. And then play this Grave Crawler. And pass the turn.
Upkeep. Go to the trap. Make
Yep.
you lose 5 life.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oof.
I'm just dead to combat damage there.
Yeah.
I needed to hit the Sign in Blood or something.
That would be a sick kill. The fact that you have Sign in Blood with Shieldred and that you can just burst me for 6.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Cute.
wild.
Hey, well done, though. That was like, game 1. We were laughing about how comically rough your draws were until you hit 4th Aerolingus, and then I just never came back.
Yeah, that card's not okay.
Yeah,
It's,
it's a good card.
Pretty
Yep.
messed up.
I like it a lot. Good include.
I do want, obviously, getting 4th Arrow, like having the Monarch let me draw into my, the cards that actually
Eventually.
do things.
Yeah, eventually, yes, yeah.
But I do think that at least that was a pretty good showcase of just how big the creatures in this deck can get, right? Like that Luminarch Aspirant got to be like a 9/9 very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. Yeah, Johnny coming down, and then 6 counters for 4 mana. That's pretty sweet.
But yeah, maybe drawing a bunch of dorks and tilt searching the savannah. You know?
Yeah.
Not my finer moment. Not one of my finer moments.
Some good moments in that game for sure.
Somebody at home. Dude, Ben, you should have just mana weaved.
Right, exactly. Why didn't you mana weave harder?
Why didn't you mana weave harder? Oh, my secrets.
I didn't. I saw nothing. Just a pile of shiny German language. I have no idea. Yeah.
This deck does play a lot of draft commons. Or uncommons. They've, a couple of sets, they've really kind of pushed like green-white or green-X as the counters
Right.
theme. And every time they're like, okay, here's a Conclave Mentor or a Botanical Brawler or something
Yeah.
to help your things get mighty big.
And it's totally fine in this deck, but in every other deck, it's like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Toss this. Yeah. I'll go first. Good
Okay,
luck.
good luck.
Yeah, I keep.
Same here.
Okay, I've got a Snow-Covered Swamp and the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Back to you.
Flooded Strand, pass.
More swamps. Attack for 1.
Yeah, 19.
Bloodghast. Back to you.
18. I'm going to get... Stomp... Oh, I can't get Stomping Ground. I'm going to get the Triome.
Very good. It wasn't a Flooded Strand after all. It was just Jetmir's Garden.
Yeah.
When the fog lifted, we could see all of the beautiful flowers.
If you could remove Triomes from the game, do you think you would?
Maybe. I don't know, like... I don't know if we need to remove them. Just print another Blood Moon.
I mean, you
effect.
remove fetch lands
Let me-
before you remove Triomes.
Let me have another Black Blood Moon, because there's a Black Blood Moon, but it's pretty weird, right? You have to sacrifice a creature every turn or
Yeah.
something? Yeah. Yeah,
so,
maybe
your answer to that question was, ooh, I don't know, just give me a Black Blood Moon.
Yeah. I'd like to go on record as saying if I have that power, can I instead have the power to just have Black Blood Moon?
You gave me the, is Pepsi okay?
You're probably right, though. Getting fetch lands out of the game is probably more fun than getting Triomes out.
I'm going to play Plains. I'm going to put Hangerback Walker on 1.
Great.
Go ahead.
Tab.
Don't mind me just cracking every bone in my body.
Let me seize them thoughts.
No. Got a Walking Ballista. Sylvan Library. Zertog Goblin. Urza Saga, Agonjo, and Stomping Ground.
I mean... I'll take Sylvan Library.
Sure.
I'm at 18. Hit ya.
No blocks. Take
Okay,
3.
Take 3.
50.
And... Yeah, I've got a Rishdam port. Go ahead.
Upkeep.
I'll activate it.
I'll put a counter on this.
Great.
Response. Urza's Saga.
Very good. Couldn't Thoughtseize that one.
I'm going to tap 2 and play Walking Ballista on 1.
Great.
And then I'm going to pass.
Tap. Let's get in to the red zone. Dear friends.
No blocks.
Yeah, just take 3.
Okay, 12.
Urza's Saga of my own.
Oh, Twins Basil.
Put a counter on it and make Sheldred. Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. Go to 10. This gets a counter. I think I need to play this Stomping Ground. And oh no, I shouldn't do that. I should do this. I'm going to play a basic forest.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass.
Okay, I'm tapping. Gain 2 life. Thank you. Put a counter on this. Yeah, I'll go to combat. Just this one.
Becomes so big. Does it get Death Touch too?
Yeah, it gets Death Touch. Yeah.
Why does it become like a Grave Titan? You know, the classic part of Grave Titan, right? Is Death Touch.
Death Touch. Yeah, the 6 mana, 6/6 Death Touch.
I'm going to block with my Hanger Backwalker.
I'm gonna pump.
I'm going to pump as well.
Sure. That's fine.
Damage.
Got 3 little friends.
I get 3 friends.
Okay. Okay, I have a Mox Jet and a Bloodstained Mire. I'll say go.
End of turn, I'm going to make a card struck.
Sure, I'll sacrifice this. Get it by you and do the same thing.
Okay.
I'll shuffle.
I did it first, though.
Yeah, you did. Well, I mean, I responded. So.
No, Mom? Mom, I did it.
Yes?
I did it first, right?
Oh my god.
Well, technically, honey, on the stack.
Okay, never mind, Mom. I'm good.
Back to you.
The kid frantically to be like, oh, I'm wrong. Abort.
Mom, shut up.
Yeah.
Untap. Draw.
Lose 2 life.
This trigger. I'm going to pump out another construct. Boy, this counters deck sure plays all the design mistakes of the past.
Yeah, do you have it? You probably have a card that interacts with Saga counters too somewhere in there.
I was trying out Power Conduit,
Oh, nice.
but I think that's an entirely different build.
Maybe I should be playing Vampire Hexmage if this deck gets better and better.
Yeah.
Does just kill Planeswalkers too. Used to be like a mainstay of this deck before we had like, lots of good cards. Yeah,
It's my turn to gain some life.
sounds right.
Wait, then you're going to gain life.
I know.
Oh my god! I'm going to play Stomping Ground.
Okay.
6. I'm going to equip this to the construct that does not have Summoning Sickness.
Sure.
I'm going to go to combat.
Yeah.
For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Don't love that. Let's do it.
I go up to 14.
Great.
Oh. I'm just going to keep
Okay.
going to 20.
Just keep going. It's fine.
Go ahead.
All right, I'll untap. Yeah, I probably have to make another one of these idiots, don't I? Sure. So sure about you. All right, it's on the back of this one. Double-sided tokens. Draw, gain 2 life.
I already got you.
Oh, thank you. Tutor. Okay, great. Thinking. Mine's only a 4/4. Yeah, I think there's an argument to take to the skies here, so let's just do that.
Sure.
Back to you.
Sure.
Lose 2 life.
Mox Pearl.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's so big.
Everyone's so large.
I'm going to cast Ozolith the Shattered Spire.
Legit.
Combat.
Great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's over 10.
Don't love that.
Sick counters deck.
You know, I have
It's
a
okay.
talking point about this.
The counters are doing something now. It's fine.
I did have a thought of like, oh god, how am I going to spin that this is all about counters? And then I genuinely developed a like, actually, I think there's a better way of looking at this deck than like, it's not just about number go up. It's more about that, like, it's a deck that plays like a mid-rangey kind of creature deck, but just everything scales. Get it? Scales? Like, it's just, you have all these X spells and whatnot. But yeah, Urza Saga is my favorite lore counters deck.
Let's put one construct in front.
Sure.
So 4/4.
Yeah.
I'll take 6.
Yep. I gain 10. 22. Second main. Knight of Bottom.
Sure.
I'll blow up Shadow Spear.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
Okay. I'll draw a card. Go back up to 9. You ever just tank about a decision for like a half an hour and then it turns out it doesn't matter at all?
Naturalize.
Okay, well, you're not doing that at least this turn, so that's something. Sure, I'll get in with these two.
No blocks.
Take 4.
Take 5.
So right,
First strike
5,
and then
right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. We're here. Tangled Colony. Past to end step, this gets bigger.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Upkeep.
Look at all these black +1/+1 counters you could be playing.
Ooh. Any effects on upkeep?
No, that's fine. Have your mana.
Trust it.
You're good.
I'm going to play a Gonjo, Seat of the Empire.
You got it.
I'm going to tap 2 to activate Ozolith to try and put a counter on my Walking Ballista.
That's fine.
It gets 2 counters instead.
Very good.
I'm going to then activate my Walking Ballista to try and put a counter on it.
Sure.
Gets 2 counters instead.
You got it.
Combat.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm like surge tapping.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Go to blocks.
Yep.
Is this what I want to do? No, I want to go like this. There we go.
So you're at 9.
Yeah.
And
It says 3 toughness.
3 toughness. So
How big is this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a 10, 10.
Great.
So currently that's 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to pass priority. All right, 11, 12.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll pump.
I'm going to allow that to resolve.
Okay.
I'm going to throw 5 of these pings at you.
Sure, that's fine.
So you get a 4.
Okay.
And then...
I'll take 5 from your unblocked creatures
Yeah.
and some trample damage. Sounds good.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you know. One more for fun?
Sure.
Sounds good. Let's have a fun game. Those first 2 games were fun, too.
Having the artifact destruction for your Shadow Spear.
Yeah, I felt like it was pretty close, and I had cast the Drana thinking, like, this looks like the way that I'm going to possibly win this game, but I think, in hindsight, just holding up 3 mana to pump the Ebon Knight to block your trampling creature probably plays out better.
Just started trying to death touch my big board away.
Although, like, it didn't have a +1/+1 counter yet then, and that was... Did you play Ozolith the same turn as the Druid or the Dryad? Because your Ozolith
no,
blocking
I thought
Ballista interaction was also very, like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't actually keep up with this.
No, I did. I went Ozolith, attack, and then post-combat I went Dryad.
Yeah, that was a really big turn.
Knight of Autumn, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's a Dryad. Okay.
If you get to have Shadow Spear, I want to get to have Shadow Spear
I want
too.
my shadows.
Mom, Ben's wrecking my artifacts.
Nuh-uh.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Wow. This hand's belligerent. I'll keep.
Oh, I gotta. This was worse than game one of cards that are not really showcasing the deck.
Right.
My favorite.
Yeah, we're gonna call your deck Naya counters. Haha. Lol, lol, now.
Haha, lol. JK. Going to 6. So. I'll keep. I think I put that on the bottom. Okay.
I wish to see the baby.
No.
Oh, sorry. I've kept as well, and I'll go first.
With
Start off with a snow-covered swamp and an Inquisition of Kozilek.
No. I got a Pelt Collector, a Mox Pearl, a Jeroka's Command, Mawlock, and Green Sun Zenith.
That's a lot of stuff. You'll be fine. After I take your Mox Pearl, you'll still be fine. Go ahead.
What if I don't draw a land?
You've got a land.
Yeah, but what if I need a second land?
If game one is any indication, you'll find it.
I'm going to fetch Scalding Tarn to grab Taiga, and then I'll cast Pelt Collector.
Okay, great.
Go ahead.
I'll play Enters a Saga.
No.
Then I'll cast Collector Brutality with Escalate, discarding this Skull Clamp, and shrink your Pelt Collector and take away probably your Green Sun Zenith.
I did draw another land.
There you go. Yeah, I'll take your Green Sun Zenith away.
Sure.
Back to you. Mawlock is green, red, X, and then it fights something when ETBs?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I'm going to play Wooded Foothills. I'm going to go to 18, find a... whatchamacallit?
Land?
Savannah.
Okay,
That's the one.
sounds good.
And I'm going to play a Stonecoil Serpent on 2.
Sweet.
Go ahead.
Counters.
Counters!
That's right.
For everyone.
I'll play a Wasteland.
Jesus. This is why Black Eyed Peas wrote the song Where Is the Love? This is brutal.
This is almost a mid-range deck in a way. The amount of control you have going on sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a lot of different draws of your Canadian Highlander deck. That's why we like the format. Okay, so I know you have that Mawlock and that Drone Command. Yeah, all right. As much as I'd love to make a construct here, I think the right move is just taking out your Taiga. Go ahead.
Crap. Hit you for 2.
18.
Go.
Okay.
For those wondering, Dromoka's Command requires 2 targets. So I can't even be like Nelson, take 2, and then prevent damage of a sorcery or instant that doesn't exist. Or sorry, not Nelson, take 2. I can't force you to sack your Urza Saga without another legal target.
Yeah, because you have to choose 2 modes,
Yep.
right? I want to make a mana in after my draw step, but before this resolves. That's allowed,
As
right?
is your right.
Great.
Yeah.
This card's so weird.
There's a trigger at your main phase.
Yes, so I'm resolving that trigger. That's chill. Okay, great. Okay, I've drawn a card. I will also play Underdream Peel. I'll shuffle. With that 1 mana I had floating and 3 black. I'll cast Turad Dread Counter with Kicker. Hopefully that's clear enough to everyone.
Yeah.
Tap the Urza Saga for the 1 colorless, 3 black.
Yes.
Great. Why don't you keep that one?
Okay. You got a counter.
Yes, I get 2 counters.
You get my Mawlock and my Hangerback Walker that I drew for the turn.
Okay, so Dramoka still in play. Back to you.
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
Real slobber knocker of a game right here.
I'm glad we got to showcase Thoughtseize for a Mox. That's, I don't know. That's an interesting.
It
part
is.
of the
It is
format.
something that pops up with the.
does.
I mean, this was a multi-6, and it was a hand where I was prepared to take that risk.
Right. Attack for 4.
Yeah, go to 14.
Play these 2 idiots. Go ahead. It's Blood-Soaked Champion and Dread Wanderer.
Wingus,
Oh,
Dingus,
sorry. Let me tap like a normal person. There we go.
Soul Ring.
Okay.
Go. Reach, Trample, Pro Multicolored.
Swinging.
I will take 8. Go to 6.
Okay, so this is the inclusion from your deck. And this is like the one card where I feel like I thought you'd play Shieldred instead of this, and then I looked closely. I'm like, this is a 3-drop too.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Spawn of Mayhem.
Yes.
Such a big boy. But I can block it.
You can. It has trample as well.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Okay.
On board. I can block. I have this Dromakus command.
Do you have a
Obviously.
land to cast it? Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. This has pro multicolored.
Oh,
so
you
I can't target
They
this.
can't make it fight. I was going to point out that this has pro white.
Yeah.
So it's like if you were going to try to fight, I'm like,
I can't do this for multiple reasons.
So many reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could make me sacrifice my Mox Jet this turn.
No, it's only
it's
enchant.
only enchantments. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Little non-bo.
way to go, Mono Black Aggro. We made it interesting.
Let's go mono black.
Yeah, we got a third game in there.
Yeah, did the
Had
mono
fun.
black thing.
That's right.
Disrupted my board.
Yes.
So, I got some questions.
Hit me.
How do you feel about your deck in a matchup like this? Like in a mid-rangey creature?
It's not great. Yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, it's like if you want to bring this to a tournament, it should be because there is at least 1, possibly 2, like regulars in your format that are just jamming so many islands, because it makes those players play on a different axis.
Yeah.
And that hasn't changed over the years, but the mid-range multicolor creature decks just keep getting better every year.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, you want to be on decks that can cast Fourth Eralingus or Minsk and Boo if possible, like, something like that, because they're just so great.
Yeah, they are.
I will say that I've noticed that a lot of the multicolored creatures that are like spooky and whatnot are Universes Beyond, or like a lot of the creature mid-range Universes Beyond stuff has been spooky kabuki.
Yeah. Yeah, sure are, Ben. Gotta sell those products.
But yeah, it's basically a pet deck of mine. I don't think of it as being like a really important top contender in really any metagames. I've managed to win some Mondays with it, and it's because it's like, oh, I'm looking for Josh Lane, or like, Jeremy White is on High Tide. And,
Slow control players.
yeah, basically if Thoughtseizes are like worth double their normal weight, then this is a fine deck to play, I think, because piloting after the initial Thoughtseize decisions is pretty straightforward. You get to go like real quick after you've stopped them from killing you quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that like your creatures are more resilient to removal because they either do things when they die or you just get them back. And so you get to use your discard to get rid of some of their, like, some pieces of their removal, but others you could ignore and be like, they can kill it. They can use their card in their turn and kill it. And I'll just get rid of like their card advantage. It, like, the old like Psychotog Mirror, you hand attack their Factor Fiction or you counterspell their Factor Fiction.
Yeah,
boomer stuff.
That's the important card, not the Psychotog itself.
Yeah.
We're both just going to have one of
So
those.
you get to kind of, it gives your spells a different context than if you're using them against, so I mean, that's the hand attack. They always have different context, but it's a very, even for like aggro versus control, you use it slightly differently.
Interestingly, this was my first interaction with Highlander when I first moved here. Was a mono black deck from Alex,
Right.
kind of teaching me a little bit about the format. And I remember what wowed me was there's that 4-mana demon from Conspiracy,
Oh,
the
Archdemon.
Archdemon Paliamo or whatever,
Yeah.
and just being wowed that is like a card that you can play in this format. It's a 4-mana 5/5 flyer or whatever.
Yeah,
or-
4-mana 5/4 flyer that has text that's relevant to when you draft.
Oh,
But at the
okay,
time,
okay.
it was just like, whoa, we have a 5-power flyer at 4.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Very indicative that that's meh now.
Yeah. I do want to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about Hamza. Hold for laughter. That's the Selesnya.
I remember I played Commander Legends.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
About counters. So like the counters showed up.
Yeah.
But not, it wasn't like, here's Swarm Shambler into,
Right.
you know, Conclave Mentor into Orin Reef Ooze or whatever. Like, it doesn't, the counters deck in this format is going to be a lot different than like something that's like 1, 2, 3 from like standard environments or even like the Hardened Scales deck in Modern. And I think the strength from it comes from all the cards that care about counters, they scale. They grow larger either by themselves or they help other things go into the late game. So you're a mid-range deck that can just draw like, I don't know, I have so many X spells
Right.
that if I just draw them on turn 5 or turn 6, it's just like, oh, I have a big dragon, or here's like a 10/10 or whatever.
Yeah, we certainly, in game 1, we saw the power of Fourth Aerlingus to just like swing the whole game in a different direction, and your deck's set up to have those. I think it's important too to judge deck names based on the like few changes that they might have made towards that archetype, but
Right.
still have like a core of like, well, these are the best cards in Highlander. You want to play those? I saw like an Andrea Mengucci Legacy or Modern deck list this morning that was Teamer Adventures, and it's just like 4 copies of Questing Druid and 1 copy of Petty Theft Fairy, right?
Yeah.
It's Brazen Borrower. So it's like, well, yeah, there's going to be some games where you don't even draw a single adventure card, but that's still kind of the name of the deck, because it's like we're playing the good teamer, fast, you know, control-y sort of cards, and then we're playing some adventures, right?
Yeah,
and I think that's fine.
That did pop up when we talked about when Serge played ninjas too, because like people are like, "There's only 5 or 4 ninjas in your ninjas deck." It's like,
Right.
well, it's not like Yuriko Commander where you need to play all these like you don't need to play what is it, Walker of Secret Ways or like all the bad old ones.
Yeah, Misformed Shinobi or something might not make the cut anymore.
But the inclusion of those ninjas as like this is what I'm trying to push through, kind of warps the rest of your deck and like components like what kind of removal you play, your free spells, your evasive creatures, and it also just takes your pre-existing cards and changes how you use them, which is something that I think a lot of Canlander players that are either newer to the format or don't play a lot, they kind of miss on that when it comes to deck building.
Right. I think it's important not to hamstring yourself and say that you need to play only cards that fit the theme.
Yeah.
I think it's good to just start with like the basics, you know, get your butter, your flour, sugar in there, and then what the 10 cards that you name your deck after can be the spice.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's fine. Yeah. So that's an important
That's a
lesson.
great way of putting it.
Hey, thanks.
And thank you, viewer, for watching today's episode. Of course, if you want more information on the format or the deck list we played, you can check the description down below. And you'll also find a handy-dandy link to patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Because of that, well, there's all of this.
Hey, we get to do this because you did that.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you to Nelson for joining me today. Thank you to Ben for running tech.
Ben.
Oh.
And thank you to you, the viewer, for looking so darn cute. We'll see you next time. Bye!